Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to make sand in Blender. The first step is to delete the cube and light. Next step is to install an add-on called ANT Landscape. You can now open the side panel by clicking the letter N and just press Landscape. The first thing we need to do is to set the noise type to turbulence and the basis to blender. Change depth to 2. And you can now change the height to 0.2. You want the noise to be hard. Then you can press the arrows next to the height parameter. Set the fallout to none. And you can subdivide it to make it a bit smoother. You can now change the random seed to change the desert. This side panel. And I'm happy with 1. You can now make a material, just pick an orange color and change it later. Set roughness to 1. Only took us 2 minutes to make this desert. Now we can find a nice place to set our camera. This should be fine. Now I want you to press Alt plus B and mark a frame just outside the camera view. We're going to make particles and need to paint where we want to place it. This way we can hide everything that's not in the view. Okay, let's make our vertex group. Just call it sand. And now let's paint. We want it to be red close to the camera. Yellow in the background. Well, red close to the camera, yellow behind it, and green in the background. We don't want to have any blue color visible for the camera. It's good enough. Not really. If you're going to do this, you need to put more color in the background and don't leave any blue color visible for the camera. Press Alt plus B to make all visible again. Okay, we can now start on the particles. First we need to make a collection. Sand corn. Sand grains. Sand grains. Okay. So we're now going to make a lot of particles. So the particles or the sand grains need to be low poly. Can decimate it to easily make different grains of sand. Now we can start to make a material. Just a simple orange yellow color and set roughness to 1. And make a lot of them, at least 20 different grains. And you can differ them in size and color. You want to have some grains that stands a bit out, so make one black and shiny. I will only make 6 different grains of sand for this tutorial/guide, but you need to make at least 15 to 20 to make the desert look good. They have to differ in size, roughness and color. Okay, the next part is to add the particles/grains to the desert. First we need to add a particle system. Go to the settings and change it to here particles. Now we can set the density to desert. The particles will now only appear where we added it earlier. So you can see where we painted it is where the particles will show. Okay, now we can go to the render settings and change render as to collection. Then change the collection to the collection where we added the grains of sand. Change the hair length to something that look more like the grains of sand. smaller. You can then add children and set it to a high amount. This will demand a lot of your computer. Set the collection to pick random and change the scale of randomness. Okay, now we can add a depth of field. The next part is to add an HDRI to the scene. But I need to tell you, to make this look like the image I had in the start of the video, you need to add more grains to the collection with a bit more colors. I recommend to add a simple desert behind the one we just made, but without any particles. And now we just add the HDRI and it should look nice. As long as you have at least 20 different grains to the scene. So you need to make at least 20, about 6, 7, and that's just not enough. But if you add at least 20 grains and tweak a bit with the particles, it should look good. Good luck.